Um, Hello, it's been a while, and today I'm making a little bit of a Q&A video while I'm working on Hybrid Heroes and on my school exams, which are going very interestingly so far. I mean, I'm at the end of it almost, so let's just hope I get some good grades coming. So let's start with the questions. I'm sorry if I sound nervous, it's been a while. How have things been? Well, I've been busy with college, mostly. I didn't assume that college would be as time consuming as it is, but it is, so I actually kind of want to make a video on that, on like what to expect when you go to an art school, since I've been very surprised by a lot of things, but also my art school has been mostly going on through Microsoft Teams since, but my second year of college is going to be different. So it's going to be normal. So I guess I'll first see how it is first I'll just see how it is without the whole internet thing, and then maybe I'll make a video talking about it. Have you been to art school or are you self-taught? I haven't been to art school. I've been in a normal high school, normal middle school, but I did attend extra classes before my final high school exams, because to enter an art school in Poland, where I live, you need to have a portfolio and you need to have some sort of skill, and I've learned a lot of basic stuff. It's mostly like drawing, still life, and anatomy. Does it annoy you when people ask for more Hamilton animatics? If you asked me that like 3 or 2 years ago, I would say no, but I would actually mean yes. But these days I don't really care. I've already come to terms with the fact that's something I'll be most probably known for, and that's not a bad thing necessarily, so it's whatever. When you were going through the creative process of Hybrid Heroes, which came first, the world or the characters? The characters, definitely. I don't think I'm the best at world building. I first just wanted to create some characters for my daydreaming scenarios, when you're in a car and you just think of stories because you're bored. And later, when I actually started to treat it a little bit more seriously, that's when I started to be like, oh, but wait, where are they actually? I'm not a very creative person when it comes to world building. I really admire people who are, so I just sort of made a world that's similar to ours, but in the future, but also, I don't know, it's just a mix of a lot of things. How do you draw characters consistently with the same body and facial structure? I don't. I mean, I'm really flattered that you think I do, but I honestly don't see it. But I guess what helps is making a reference for all your characters and keeping it next to you when you're drawing them out, making sure that everything is on point, and just having a clear eye shape or facial shape and just sticking with it. What's the first iteration of Hybrid Heroes? What does their first design look like? Also, any other stories besides HH? First iteration of Hybrid Heroes, it was very goofy. It was basically kind of a rip-off of Avatar: The Last Airbender. They had fire, water, air, and ground powers, and those powers were forbidden for some reason. I don't remember very well. It was years ago. The designs, some of them really changed over the years, some of them hadn't. And when it comes to other stories besides HH, I had a couple of ideas, but they didn't come to fruition because I got busy with other stuff or HH. And I will kind of make, probably after I'm done with Hybrid Heroes, or in the meantime, I will probably make maybe short stories similar to String. We'll see. Which character is the easiest to draw or write for Hybrid Heroes? Super stoked to see the video. Hope you're doing well. No, thank you. I hope you're doing well too. The easiest to draw, definitely Anya. I think I doodle her all the time. I've been always doodling her. Even when I doodle a random girl, she turns out to be Anya. It's very funny. I'm like, come on, draw something else. And Maya, probably. Although her hair, for a while, I kind of struggled with it to figure out how it works. I never had bangs. I had bangs when I was a baby. So I don't really know how bangs work on a person. I had to look up references, and I still don't think I have it quite hold of that, but I gotta practice it a bit. And the easiest to write, I'd say it's also Maya. maybe Andrew. I didn't really struggle with their personalities. But sometimes I feel I make Avery a bit out of character too much. He's not turning out as I expected him to turn out, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a natural occurrence, so we'll see how he develops from here. I guess it will be a surprise for us all. Did you have an overall plan set out for hybrid heroes, like a strict line you wanted to follow, or did you make separate plot points and then improvise to get to each one? Definitely the second one. Come on, I mean, I'm not the very organized person, so I just sort of came up with random moments I thought were cool and figured out a way how to get there from some other points. The process of writing for Hybrid Heroes is so chaotic. I wish I could explain it more clearly, but I'm not a professional. I just sort of wing it out. I'm sure it's noticeable, but you know what, it's just for fun. So how are you coming up with the designs for your characters? Usually I just think of a thing I think looks pretty cool, and maybe their outfits, their general vibe, color scheme, and I try to design them from there. It's been actually a while since I designed any new characters, but when I was designing new characters, that's how I was doing it. I was like, oh, I think piercings look cool, and I put them on 3 random characters. Or, oh, I think this type of haircut looks cool. I think this type of, eyeliner looks cool, and just, go crazy. How do you stay so invested in these characters? It feels like whenever I make a character, they burn out in a week. I've only had 2 exceptions where I was able to enjoy my boys, Oliver and James, for a year or 2. That's a very good question. I think a lot of people struggle with that. I've seen similar questions to that one. And I am not really sure why I stay so invested. I think it's just because I like what the characters represent. They represent different parts of my life, and seeing them change along with myself, I think, they're little parts of me, and that's why I stay so invested in them, because I wouldn't want to throw away little pieces of me, as narcissistic as it sounds, but I created them when I was 12. It's hard to not get attached, and I think you shouldn't blame yourself if the characters you created you aren't invested in. I think you should just either keep searching or either just force yourself to stay with the characters you created, which I think that wouldn't really work out. So, just go with the flow. Hi, I have 2 questions. First, how do you get the inspiration and motivation to actually write stuff? Second question is, how do you get motivation to practice anatomy and other stuff and have it be fun? First, okay. Inspiration and motivation. Okay, I usually listen to a lot of music and create scenes in my head, which I think are cool, and if I get really hyped about them, that's how I get the inspiration. I watch a lot of anime, cartoons, movies, anything that can get me the inspiration juices flowing, and that's when I usually work. I also, reading the comments makes me really happy that people are invested in the characters, and I try my best to create this work for them, which is a goofy answer because I didn't make an episode in almost 2 years. And second question, I don't really get motivated to do that. It's sort of like work for me, but it has to be done. It's kind of like, it's just, you just have to force yourself to do that, like doing everyday chores. You have to clean your room sometimes, right? So you have to practice your anatomy sometimes. But have it be fun, I'm not really sure how to answer that. I mean, I guess the only fun aspect of anatomy is drawing boobies. That's fun, but drawing legs? No way, Jose. I just treat it like work. How do you start when you get into digital art? I've been doing traditional for a long time, and I have a super hard time with digital. I don't know if it's a problem, I use IBS Paint. I don't really know what that program is, I'm sorry. But I'd say just get a cheap tablet and just go crazy. And if you really struggle with transitioning from paper to a tablet, I recommend putting a thin layer of paper over it and trying to draw on it. Of course, not with the real pen, but the tablet pen, and trying to get into the feel of it, and just practice. It took me a couple of weeks before I got used to my tablet. It was when I was 15, So don't give up, basically, and you can do it. Watch a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of fun tutorials on the internet. How's school? It can sometimes be stressing, but please take care of yourself. We can always wait. Thank you. School has been very interesting. School has been very stressful at first, due to the fact that it's been a whole new experience. And I've been kind of depressed about the fact that I didn't get to experience it like other people always did, you know, meet new people and such. I was stuck at home, personally. And well, my friends moved to another city, and you know, it was kind of tough sometimes, but overall I got used to it. And as you know, as more time flew, I got better at managing myself and my tasks. So, you know, it's been going pretty well lately. I mean, the first year is almost over, so I can't wait for the summer to, you know, for the summer vacation to start. Can people exist with more than 2 powers? No, I don't think, no. Nothing like that will appear in the story. I'm sorry to disappoint, but there won't be any people with 3 powers. I think there was like a plot point I wanted to make like 4 years ago, but I kind of scrapped it because I didn't think it was necessary. Do you plan, or at least think about, expanding Hybrid Heroes, like making merch out of it or making it a comic? How far have you written HH's plot? The plot is basically written. Everything is, you know, planned. Every episode, it's all written out. That's what also I was busy with during the whole huge art block break, basically, because since I couldn't draw, at least I could write a little bit, so, you know, at least everything's planned out. But when it comes to expanding, like making merch, I wasn't really thinking about it yet. I don't know if anyone would be really interested. And making it a comic, not really. I think I prefer to keep it in an animatic format, because I don't really like... I don't think I'm a person for comics. I would be too lazy to color it all. I think I prefer making animatics. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for asking me these questions. I'm sorry if some of you didn't end up in the video. I couldn't fit them all. And I'm really happy that you guys still watch my videos. And, you know, thank you so much, and goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video.